Hello, guys. Welcome back to No For Real podcast. This is Yasmin.
And this is Tharaya. Welcome back.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. I'm blessed.
Blessings
Yes.
to us and to you too, as well.
It's that season where you think about the blessings that you have in your life. I feel like it's that time of the year. It should be every day. But,
It should be, yeah.
We're too busy. Let's not be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's good to remind yourself or to have a season that reminds you of it, but you really should have it as like a daily thing. You just
True.
remind yourself.
True. I go through some days where I don't see anything good. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm a monk. Everything is like amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. And
How are you?
sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta look at... What I do is I actually start looking at other people's, like, around me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this person has this problem, this person, I'm good.
There's a saying in Arabic is like, if you know about the struggles of other people, you would be blessed to your own struggles,
Yeah.
Be like, oh God, my struggles are nothing. So it is a good way. But it's
Literally.
also like a little bit not cute because like you have to see other people's struggles and measure yours to them and be like,
Yeah.
oh, well, mine is nothing. And then,
True.
you
It's
know?
not fair in my opinion because
Yeah.
your struggles are never the same as someone else. And I am a strong believer in God gives to each person their own struggles on what they can handle in life and
True.
what they can't. So maybe there are certain struggles that I can handle that Thoraya cannot, and there are certain other struggles that you can handle that I
Yeah.
cannot deal with at all. So each person has their own valid struggles, but looking at other people's struggles just make it a little less of
I think it's part of coping, like minimizing
yeah.
your own struggles is like a way for you to cope with them and look over them. So it is kind of healthy. I know it's not good, but there is pros and cons to almost everything that we do. So,
True.
yeah.
All right. You want to share a moment that you were grateful for in your life recently? And maybe a moment.
When I usually feel the most grateful for is when I'm running, to be honest with you, because every now and then I see like an older person that does not have the ability of doing the physical things that I do, or sometimes I see like a crippled person, that cannot do the physical things that I can do. And that's when it usually hits me like, boom, be grateful. You're doing like, makes me look at the smaller things. And from there, I look at bigger things, basically I thank God for my physical health and then go into a rabbit hole of thinking what other things that are a blessing in my life, but I usually don't see. And it's just like, it happens, but this is when it usually hits me.
Yeah.
Or like, I see a homeless person. I don't know, like you see things like that.
Yeah. Like on a daily basis, you just
Exactly.
see,
Things that are way worse than your current situation. So it just keeps you reminded that you are cool, you're chill.
True,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Do you have ways to practice like gratitude or be blessed and think about your blessings? Or does it happen like, randomly like mine, honestly?
No, in the morning, there is like a time that before I leave to work, it's like 2-3 minutes that I meditate and pray. And I just thank God about whatever I have. And I don't know, in Arabic or in Islam, there is specific ways of always thanking him for like certain things that you have in your life. So I just do that. And I feel like it's because I've been doing it for so long, it's I'm doing it when I'm unconscious.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Right now, like I'm doing it because I'm very used to it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't sit down and I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I said in the morning and I should be doing that, or I should be going by my words that I thank God for in the morning.
Okay.
Because sometimes during the day shit happens and I'm like, oh, my day is so bad. Shit is, not going my way. And I feel like, the prayers, but I would like to have another way of maybe like a newer way to remind me of the good things in my life, because whatever that I've been doing right now, it's like unconsciously. I'm doing it just because I'm used to doing it.
I feel like doing it mentally, like giving yourself 3 minutes daily in the morning is something that is really good.
Yeah.
Because you're starting on a positive note. And when you start on a positive note, even if things shift your perspective about life throughout the day, you started on a good note,
True.
so you're going to always go back and be reminded unintentionally,
Yeah,
so
true,
your
true.
brain helps you. The more positive things you feed your brain when it's fresh, the more it's going to give you.
Yeah.
And I feel like vice versa, like if you feed it wrong things and things that are negative, it's kind of hard to pull yourself out unless you feed it positive things again and again and again.
True.
Yeah, it's like a computer. This is how our brains are.
Yes. Oh my God. Like, especially in the past couple years, I'm really realizing that you can trick your brain into doing anything.
Yeah.
Anything. Literally.
Yeah. Just like you can trick it doing stupid things, you can trick it doing good things,
Yes.
and smart
Literally.
things. Same way, just different magnetic fields.
Yes.
Ones that are like red and the other ones are like green in my head.
Yeah.
This is how I think about it.
We do have the power, really. And in Arabic, there's always this question that do you think that you are musayyar or mukhayyar, which means like you're in this life just following a plan that has been put there already, or if you are here with multiple different paths and you get to choose your own path.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I really think that a person has the choice always to change their paths. We have the power, and God or whoever you believe in made us that way because we are different from all other creatures in this planet, right? We have the intelligence and the brain that can really make the decision. So,
And some of us are blessed to make their own decisions. Their path is not made for them by faith, and they really cannot get out of it. And a lot of us, thank God, not a lot of us, some of us have the choice to create our paths.
yeah.
Some people do not. Let's be honest. Some people do not have the choice to make their own paths. That's it. It's faith. It's made for them, and it's really hard to get out.
But I believe you can still make you. What? Give me an example that you think you can never.
A slave,
You can.
like born into slavery and very hard to get out, like a situation that is very bad. Like there are always situations where
But I still think
you
you
really
can.
can't.
You can.
Or like you're born into a country that is the worst, and you're born to a family that is very, very unblessed and poor, and you don't have the resources. You never have a chance of getting resources or knowledge. You don't even know any better. Some of these things, like, you really don't have a choice because you do not know any better.
But if you, as a person, you should have the extra mile that you go to educate yourself, to help yourself get out of situations, even like the slavery example that you gave. There are certain people that changed the faith of specific people until today. That's how everybody got their freedom.
Yeah,
almost
people
today.
who got the chance to get knowledge and use the knowledge to free the slaves.
But
if
those
you are
were
a
slaves
slave,
as well.
yes, but I'm talking about specific people that they are in situations where it is their life is written for them by faith. Like they don't have a chance of choosing. Maybe, yeah, I'll drink water or not. That's their choices in life. Sometimes people don't even get that. There are people that don't have a choice whether to drink water or not, or eat that or not. Like there are people that don't have choices. But us free people, of course, this thing depends on free people.
It's different perspective. I still think with whatever kind of person or whatever your environment is, there's always a a choice for you.
I would hope
People
so.
that live in miserable times, people that are in war and stuff like that, they always have the option to either feel miserable the entire time and feel like I'm gonna die. What is the point of life?
Yeah, that's feeling.
Or
Yeah.
but that's a choice. You changing your life step by step. We're talking about mentally, right? You're
But
shifting your way of thoughts.
yeah, that's the only thing that they can do.
But it changes
their
your
brain.
life.
We can
You don't
agree to
think so?
disagree. I don't think so. You can be putting yourself in the happiest mental states, and you can be limited to your choices in life. Like again, there are people who are not free. The only free things they can control is their daily life, like their choices, like their mental state. That's the only thing that they can control. They can't control other things. That's why some people tend to do things that they don't want to free themselves. You know what I mean? That's if they have knowledge on how to do things to free themselves. And some people don't even have that.
It's a different perspective. I think of it differently. I think
Yeah.
you can always, it starts at your brain. That's how you get the knowledge, right?
And it could end there too. Like
It
that's
can,
the only thing you can
100%,
control.
100%, yes. But it starts there. There's always a possibility. It's just how far you can go.
Yeah.
How far you can push yourself to go. Doesn't matter. There are people that had nothing that made everything.
That's
from
for
themselves.
sure. There are people
You know?
who had nothing made a lot of things.
You know, they didn't have the options or the possibility, but it's just a
That's
different
why
perspective.
I also feel blessed, because I feel like I have resources to do almost whatever I need, and people don't. Some people really don't. No matter how hard they try, they probably will not even end up with the 10% of resources that I have. So this is one of the things that actually pushes me for always be grateful and blessed. You are fine. Again, it's always having to compare myself to people who don't have any other things. You know, I don't like that, to be honest, but this is how my brain is custom.
Or also, ever since we were young, that's how we were
So
taught.
true. Like,
Because
my
all
family
of
would
our
always
mothers
tell me
would
that.
be the same, saying the same thing. You know, people might not have food in other places. You better be blessed, and I better come in
So
5 minutes,
true.
and your plate is completely empty. You know,
This is no,
exactly the
like
same. They used to share the same knowledge.
exactly like that. She's not exaggerating.
Yeah.
Not even 1%. Like, it was exactly like that. I always have to do things because other people don't have them. I always
Yeah.
have to get other things because I have to be blessed and be thankful that I have things. And it was always crazy like that. So I guess I just need a mental shift with myself and change the way I bring myself to gratitude.
I think there's nothing wrong with it, to
Yeah.
be honest. Because it's still valid.
It is valid. It's definitely valid.
But it's draining.
Yes.
It is draining.
Yes.
Because you're thinking about it. You're doing a positive thing, but you're thinking about it negatively, as in you're always tying
Yes.
it to something negative.
Yes, yes.
You should maybe, I see your point. Like maybe we should look at ourselves and be like, I have eyes, I have
Yeah,
feet,
exactly.
I have
Not
hair,
compare.
I'm good, my health is good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
True. I see your point. Yeah. Traumatized Arab moms. They traumatize you forever.
I think it's the way they raised, like they were
They
raised.
were raised
Now
too,
it's
yeah.
different type. Like the amount of access that people with phones and technology have is completely different. Like we
Yeah.
cannot even compare. Like any random question that comes to our head, we can easily Google it and get
Yeah.
all type of resources regarding the specific thing that we were asking. Back then, it was like, let's wing it, bro. Let me call my friend and see what's up. For real, like there is no other way. Like
Yeah.
my mom as a teenager did not even think that we would have this life, you know?
Yeah.
They didn't.
No, honestly, no. Because they always keep talking. Yeah, my parents also talk about like how things are touched now.
Yeah.
And they're like, we never really thought, you know.
I'm sure they never thought that.
And
it
like
would be
there's
like this.
holograms, right? Is that how you say it?
What is that?
The thing that projects the
Oh,
person in
okay,
3D
okay.
when somebody, like they did it for Michael Jackson. And
Yeah. It's so cool, honestly.
it's really cool. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did a concert for Kulthum, which is like a very big Arabic singer.
Yeah.
One time, it would have been cool. It's nice.
Like a fake one like that.
Yeah,
It's
hey,
actually
they had
cool.
her music playing, and she was a hologram. That's cute. But yeah, I would love to see that.
Me too. Just because I've never seen it, and I always like to try things that I've never done, even if I don't end up liking them. I like to try. I never say no to new experiences. It's
Yeah.
a red flag, but I love it. I really do.
Okay,
like, it could
I
be
see.
dangerous
I
sometimes,
see.
you
I see.
know?
I see.
And I don't regret things because I'm like, oh, at least I tried it.
Yeah, yeah. I see. I see why. No.
Yeah, it happens.
Because for a second I was like, "What do you mean?" But yeah, okay, it could be. I don't know. I'm still very adventurous. I want to try everything.
You
in life.
too.
Yeah, I really do.
Because she's always down, you know? So
Yeah, I'm down.
down to clown. That's what
Yeah.
you say. I'm down to clown.
I would love to skydive. And
I thought
want
about
to.
it again. Remember when I told you me too?
Don't tell me you're not.
I would watch. I know myself. I'll fly. They'll get me in the airplane and I'll chicken out. Like, I know. I love myself. Like, I can't, like, it's not worth it.
Girl, I don't hate myself, but
Like,
I want
don't-
to try
like,
it.
I want to try it, but I want 100% guarantee that I won't die. And people say that it's
There is.
really
It's
hard.
impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah, like accidents do happen. And I'm like,
No pressure at all. Just watch. It's fine. I'll do it. It's okay.
yeah, I'll just watch.
I'll just be up there. Woohoo.
Yeah. Even like there is one where there is a rope that stays connected to you and you just throw yourself and this rope will pick you. I love it, okay? And it was I still want to try it, but what if the rope broke?
There's always a possibility.
You know what I mean? So why would I put myself into this? I'm not one of the luckiest people out there. You know, I have to remind myself to be like, hey, yo, you are lucky, you are blessed. I'm not. So why would I put myself into a situation that I might end up dead, you know, and be like, Thoraya, you chose this. And if people ask what was the reason, oh my gosh, people will make fun of me.
But you wouldn't
I'll come
be,
to you as a ghost. And
Yeah, you wouldn't be here, so
I'll
it doesn't
haunt
matter.
y'all if you laugh
But
about it.
God forbid, let's stop.
See, again, like there is no reason to do it. So, yeah.
I would still do it, and
Yeah.
if that is the last thing that I did, then well, it is what it is.
I don't know.
I just wanna, mind you, my biggest fear is heights. So
Have you ever been to a place that is super high and looked down?
yes,
It's crazy.
It's so scary.
I don't like it either, to be honest.
When
Like, I
I-
don't mind being like at high places, but I don't like looking down.
When I went to Colorado,
Yeah.
that was like the most recent thing.
Yeah.
We went hiking,
Yeah.
and I was like at an edge where it was like really high.
It feels good, but
Lost
it's
it.
scary at the same
It
time.
is very
Yeah.
scary. Oh my God. Because it's also nature. Like there's nothing man-made that it can protect you. Like,
Yeah.
a rail or something.
Yeah, yeah,
It's scary.
yeah. And I feel like because it's a perspective that you don't expect, like you look down and you don't know how deep, you don't know, like it's a fresh perspective. So you get like shaked a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
But for birds, I'm deep thinking. For birds, it's super normal. Like for them to look down is like that's the only perspective we know.
I love the iBird perspective. It's so cute.
I always wished I was a bird. Always. I don't care how long they age. Always. If people ask me what kind of animal, I'm like a bird. A bird. Even if I was an unlucky bird, I would still fly.
I would love to be an insect.
I know you always like that, but
Yes, just like to see it from a very small perspective, especially if I have wings. I would love to be a beetle, but I would love to have a wing. But the beetles that have wings are ugly.
I've seen some cute ones. I'm sure there are so many that we have not seen.
You know, the ones that I like the most are the ones in Iraq in the desert.
The green ones?
No, those I love the most. Yes,
Yes.
Look wise.
Yeah.
But I think that I like the other ones that walk backward. There's some in the desert that walk backward.
I don't know if
They're
I've seen
so
them.
cute. I used to, I literally, as a kid, I used to find one and keep following her wherever she's going. And I'm just
She's going backwards, girl. We going there.
I literally used to like follow her. Wherever you going, I'm going with you. And it used to be dark and I don't care. I'm like out
Not
in
gonna
the...
lie, that's hella funny.
What?
I used to run after mini like frogs too. I was crazy, bro.
Okay. Same
Or
brain cell.
dragonflies, you know?
Oh, dragonflies are so cute.
They come like around the pool in like summer days. Ooh, and the sound is so nice. I don't care what you say,
Yes.
but dragonflies, they sound so good.
Yeah.
Their
so
wings
cute.
is like I don't know, so nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah,
And the
I
color
love
is
it.
so mesmerizing.
Their eyes are mesmerizing.
Beautiful. Yes. Beautiful.
So cute. The bigger, the better.
You
I
know,
love them.
even the even flies got like cute eyes. I just hate the way that they forget every second. They're stupid, but like
I really don't even think about their brains because they're too small to me. So I'm like,
but some of them have even smaller brain than this, and they're genius.
yeah. And you know, like people sometimes make a joke of like people with bigger heads is like, oh my God, their brain is so big.
There might be empty, nothing in there. Just letting you know. I've seen a couple of them.
Oh yeah, I know people like that. I know it's
Empty.
not I've seen. I know
Yeah.
people with big heads that are empty,
Yeah.
crazy.
You knock on there, hollow, nothing.
Yeah. Are you blessed that you? I just come up with this question to be honest because we're thinking about people, so I'm
came
getting
back.
like personal
We're
again.
back.
Yes, but do you feel blessed when some relationships do not last?
Yeah, I always think it's for a better reason for me or for the other person.
Yeah.
I
Right away, or does it take time from you?
depending on the person. Some people I had in my life that I mentally clocked out a long time ago. So when it happens and they're no longer in my life, I'm like, okay, that was
Gotcha.
expected. It was fine.
Gotcha.
And some people, it's just like a shock. It happens overnight. You were never expecting it. It takes me some time to process. And I'm like, okay, there was a reason. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Me too, honestly. Sometimes I feel like it's a good thing. And sometimes it takes time for me.
Yeah. But we always know that it is for the better. Some people just are not meant to be in your life forever. And that's fine.
I don't know, because like sometimes I listen to people and they say that it takes them years to go over some people. And I'm like, I never experienced where it takes me years to get over people. Like it would take me months. And sometimes I think about it, is it like part of my life and lifestyle? Because like we had to move a lot and we left family that we thought that we gonna age with, and we just left, and moved to different countries during our childhood, so we don't feel like attached to nobody. We can let go of people fast.
Like a nomad
Yeah,
lifestyle. You just
right?
have to. Maybe.
Do you think it has to do with that? Because like there is no other way like to
Maybe.
explain why we easily can let go of people that we don't align with anymore. It's like, bah. Like no, not like seriously, I don't even take it deep.
Yeah, I feel like personally, the more I moved, the more I felt like I can move again. Does that make
Right?
sense?
And sometimes
Yeah.
it's like I want to move.
Yeah,
It's like, wait, I've been here for too long. Like I just want to move.
exactly.
Because we're used to starting fresh, kind of.
Yes, I'm guilty of that because I feel like
It
yes,
feels good.
yeah, but like because we've moved so much. The first time I still remember as a kid, I felt devastated. I was like, "This is the end of my life. I'm never gonna have any more friends." I felt like I just couldn't have my life the way that I had it back home again, right? But then times pass by and then you just realize that your life has to adapt to the place that you're in, regardless of you like it or not. And then you kind of shift your mindset that every time that you move, you're like, it doesn't really affect me that much anymore.
I feel the exact same way. The first time I moved, it was the hardest. I remember crying, even though I was younger. Yeah, it felt like my life is gonna end, and and I just wanted to go back. But then after that, it was easier and easier and easier, and became like
Nothing.
I'm changing just like a zip code.
Yeah.
Really, it doesn't matter.
Do you think it's a type of trauma now that I feel like you said it earlier that now we would want to move? Because I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything in the place that I'm in. So I must move somewhere else in order for me to be more productive.
I think it's good and bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good and bad. I don't know.
There is good and bad in everything, right, that you do in life. You're right. But I feel like it's also a defense mechanism in a way.
Yeah.
That you feel like you can never settle in one place forever.
True. And I've met some people who were born, raised, grew up, and sometimes they die in the same spot. And I just don't understand. Like, even when I talk to them and I try to connect and make connections, I feel like I just cannot. I don't know. Like, I just never can connect deeply with somebody that was born, raised, grew up in the same spot. I don't even have a friend like that.
Yeah, true.
I don't even remember one friend like that.
Yeah. I always feel like they're lucky though.
Yes.
People like that.
Yeah.
Like, imagine the peace of mind they have.
Yeah. I have some friends who I went to high school with who were born, raised, and still are in the same spot, and they're having families and they're always hanging out. And I see them sometimes from people from high school, they're still hanging out. And I envy them like 1%. I don't know why. Like, I used to like it a lot when I was younger. And I used to envy people in high school who know people since childhood. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they stayed in their same area.
Stayed together.
Exactly. Stayed together, grew up together and everything. But now at this age, it doesn't really matter as much.
Oh, I do feel the same way. Because sometimes I'm like, what if I just disconnect and find a spot that I like and I just stay in it forever?
Yeah.
Or what if I had never left Iraq and who would I have been now?
This I always think about.
That would be very interesting. I would love to meet Yasmin that has never left Iraq. And it's just like the same person that life never shifted me in the directions that I'm in now. You know?
Me too. Because I'm telling you, I wouldn't be the same.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
Like, no way.
We would not, like both of us.
Yeah. But I do think about it.
Yeah.
Like often, honestly, it's not even a random thought. No, I often think like.
How do you think you would be?
Maybe a lot more into school.
Oh.
Because I was like my main important thing when I was there was school.
Yeah.
And my life revolved around school.
Yeah.
And maybe I would be a swimmer because I was very into swimming, and the club that we would go to, they would have a swimming competition. And my sister used to go to those competitions, and she actually won some medals, and she did tennis too. So I think I would follow my sister path, into being an athletic person, into swimming, and maybe into tennis too. Yeah.
And are you talking about the same club?
Yeah, same club. Oh. Yeah, in the same club.
That would be so cute.
It would be so cute. So I don't know, but mentally, I don't know how I would be, to be honest.
Yeah.
But looking at a big picture, I do see myself at school and athletics. That's pretty much it.
Now that you're saying tennis, because my sister also used to play tennis in the same club. I want to ask them now if they used to go play together.
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they have.
Because they are older than us. They remember a lot more. We were very small.
But remember, like back then, it would be school and clubs.
True. Yeah.
Like country clubs. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. It was so much fun. But it's like a lot nicer than the country clubs here, to be honest. It
Yeah.
was very nice. Like I would wait until the weekend, like Friday, to go to it.
Yeah.
Like it was the most fun thing ever.
They have things for all ages. Kids have things to do, teenagers have things to do, early teens have things to do,
Yeah.
adults and seniors have things to do. They would do concerts, they would do events, so much, honestly.
Love
I
it.
feel like life was a lot simpler. Even though I did have computer, I did have internet, but what I would do with those is like simple things, you know,
Yeah.
nothing complicated.
Yeah, true. I would love to go. Oh, I would be very playful
Yeah.
and like full of, I don't know how to explain it, because I am very lively now, but I would be even more full of life because I was very adventurous as a kid, and I was very like, whatever I want, I'll just go after it
Yeah.
and get it. And I was very dreamy and very artistic, a lot more than I am now. Now I overthink my art. Before I used to just do it. I
That's
don't
the
care.
beauty of being a kid. You don't question
Yeah, I don't
things, you
question
just
it. And
do
I
them.
used to love it. And I feel like if I was in Iraq, I would have been full-time artist, to be honest. And it would have been very, very beautiful. Yeah.
And to be honest with you guys, I feel like it's a blessing to stay in the same community because, let's say, being an artist, you would have a lot more connections.
And support.
Like staying in your region helps a lot with connections. Being an outsider is already hard, so building connections is even harder, especially in bigger countries and bigger cities. You know, it's harder to build a circle. The smaller the environment, the easier it is for you to build connections.
True.
That's why sometimes I see a lot of artists, they know of each other, you know, like by name, if they are in the same region, never left, you know.
True.
Yeah.
And it kind of, I feel like that happened to me personally when I had to move on from one place to another. I kind of abandoned
That's
my
what happens.
things that I
yeah.
like to do, you know? It
Yeah.
took me so long to realize that there are things that I used to love that I should be doing now. Or so I just feel like if I had stayed in the same place, I would have had more narrowed down my career more and
Yeah.
would have been 100% focused, you know?
I agree. I
So-
can see that. Yeah.
I love it.
It is. I'm blessed though. I feel like I do think about that, but sometimes I'm like, I'm blessed I'm here. There
Of
are
course,
things,
yeah.
even if I don't see them now, I know I will see them in the future and be even more blessed, you know,
Yeah.
and thankful.
Yeah.
Is there any type of food that you like to eat during November and December? Like things that you think are nostalgic to November and December?
Oh. I love drinking soup, but soup would be like, yes, ramen. Oh my God. And there is one dish, Iraqi dish. It's a red soup, and we have kubba in it, which is, I don't know how to say it. It's like, we make it either out of rice or
Meat,
bread,
beef.
crumbs,
Oh,
and then
okay.
we stuff it with meat inside, and they just crumble it. Kubba tamuth.
Yeah. I love it.
And it's so soury, lemony, so good. Not soury, but lemony.
Yeah.
So good. I love it. It's
I
like,
love
it reminds me
soups.
instantly of winter. And my mom makes it so good.
In winter times, I tend to eat a lot more chocolate. I love chocolate. I like cinnamon a lot more.
Oh,
I
that makes sense.
I love
yeah.
cinnamon.
Cinnamon makes sense, yeah.
But I don't like it in big quantities. I like it in small quantities. Cinnamon rolls, it's something that I also tend to eat around November, December.
So good.
I'm trying to think about things that I also tend to eat a lot of sweet potato. I think about them all year, but I only eat them during November and December for some reason. Like my taste buds calls for them during those months.
Yeah.
What else do I like eating?
Hot chocolate. Like drinking.
No, but I love churros.
Oh my God, churros are really
It's
good.
like
Churros are all
addicting.
year long.
addicting,
So good.
addicting with like hot chocolate, like melted, dipped. Oh, oh no, stop.
I like
stop
the
me.
other one more. The milk.
The milk. Oh,
What is it called in Spanish? I forgot.
I don't know.
Oh God, I forgot. But it's so good.
Milk is leche. So does that hint
No,
you
no,
something?
no, no.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not.
It's
It's
called
like
something else?
caramel, milky type thing.
Oh, okay. I don't know. You know,
I
the last
forgot.
time I've been to Spain was like 2013. No,
Damn,
2012.
that's 12 years ago.
Yeah, that was when I went to Spain. There was no Instagram. No, there was Instagram. Was there? I don't remember.
2012. Yes, there was.
Yeah, I think I think yes, because I do have pictures. Now I'm remembering. I do have pictures.
I did have Instagram 2012.
Yeah. I think that's when I went, 2012.
It was.
So, and that's when I
Some
discovered
time.
churros, and I was obsessed with churros.
They're so good though.
Yeah.
They are very good.
And there's also a breakfast thing that they always eat. It's like potato and egg. It's like an omelet that is very special. They have a specific name for it, and I was also introduced to it there.
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, it's been a long
Now
time.
I'm thinking I want patatas bravas. The spicy potato, kind of like. Oh, it's
I know
so
which one.
good.
Yeah. Potatoes are so good. I can eat potatoes all time.
Because you can make a lot of things with them. Everything, like literally.
I just remembered. I forgot to tell you. What? I married a monster.
Oh.
Guys, look, there's a story. It's not a story. It's something that is actually like a real life thing, you know?
Yeah.
There is a woman that has a YouTube channel, and her content is based on how to be a female that attracts rich people, how to be a female that attracts men that will take care of you and spend all their money on you, and how to, I don't know, bro. She's just that. Okay, her whole
What did
channel.
she name it? Trophy wife.
Yeah, trophy wife, something like that. Exactly, yeah. That's basically how to be a trophy wife. When was it? A week ago? Something like that, 2 weeks ago, I don't know when. But recently, she dropped a video, I married a monster. And it was the first thing on my YouTube feed when I logged into my YouTube when she posted that video. I don't even know this woman. I've never watched any of her videos. I never even came across her face before. But I watched the whole video and I was in shock. So she married a man, an older man. I think he was like 20 years older than her. A month after they met, something like that, she married him. She has kids from previous relationships. I don't know exactly how many kids.
5.
Five kids. Okay. From those 5 kids, 2 of them are daughters, something like that. And this woman was just dating, and she found this man 20 years older than her, and they decided to get married, and she moved in with him and brought all of her kids with her and just started living with him. And now she started her YouTube channel, dropping content, how to be a trophy wife. And she told us in her most recent video that she discovered this man that she married to been playing with her daughters, basically. And now she's in a shock and running away from him, basically.
I have a question. In the writings that she has on the video, she says he did that to his own children. Is he their stepdad or is he their father?
No, stepdad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not this is not gonna make it any better.
In the
It's
video,
horrible
like when
regardless.
she's talking, she also says that he raped her multiple times after they got married. So she didn't want to, but he did that to her. and she stayed with him and she was still creating content how to be a trophy wife. So basically you are lying to yourself, you are lying to your audience about things that don't even exist. You're making other women feel less, okay? And her language is really not nice in her videos. I watched some of her videos, really not nice, kind of cunty, not gonna lie. And you are surprised this man played with your daughters? What you mean? If he did it to you and you are an adult woman, of course he's like, what? You're sleeping happily and not worried about your kids, your daughters? What is a man that has money and is 20 years older than you gonna do with you?
You know, I didn't get to watch her other videos because she deleted everything from her channel.
No, I figured that
Okay.
when it first happened, like I watched the video 16 hours after it dropped.
Okay. I didn't get to see none of that. I just saw that one video. So that video did not have much information. I didn't want to see anybody else talking shit because they can add a lot more spices, right?
True.
But now I'm hearing it from you because you watched it. I think him doing that to her, that is horrible, and she should have walked away right then and there, right? But I don't think, in her defense, I don't think that has her thinking that he might be doing something to her kids, because that's a whole different mental illness, right? It's a whole different thing. He could be doing it to adults, right? But she would never think he would be doing it to kids. And I don't know. I have mixed feelings even after I watched that video. I'm like, is she really naive and just didn't really know and she's a victim? Or is she playing us and everybody else that is watching her for some
Content.
Yes.
I understand, which is there is always a possibility of all of us, the audience, and everybody is played. This is just marketing.
Yeah.
Really. But from like in that last video that she dropped, she also said that she had previous relationships before her last one where she also moved in with them and got all of her kids with them. So every time she meets somebody, she takes her kids with her. Girl, you have daughters and you have sons. Like, how are you?
It doesn't matter at that point, because I also read that one comment that you were telling me.
She actually said it in the video that like 3 months before she met this guy, she was already living with somebody else. I'm like,
yeah, it doesn't really matter whether you have sons or daughters. Like all of your kids are at a risk. There was somebody that was commenting and they said, go check your sons just as much as you checked your daughters, right? They could have been abused one way or another. So it doesn't matter. And if it really happened, because part of me is like 50-50, right?
Yeah.
It could have been a true thing. And it's really like, if that's the case, that's very, very sad. And I wish you learn from your mistakes, because doing that shit over and over and over, you were gonna end up being with somebody that was gonna do you wrong, or your kids, one way or another.
Right.
And she also mentioned that she got abused when she was a kid by a neighbor. And to me, it's like in her defense, she was saying that she was watching them and making sure they're good the entire time. So she's shocked on how it happened.
yeah.
When she was looking after them the entire time. But I don't think that is the case, because if you are really focusing on doing content and doing the idea of a trophy wife, that says something about you being irresponsible in a way and immature. You don't look for a husband to pay for your things and pay for your stuff and for your bag and for your
kids.
For your car. Yeah, literally. Like, you're an adult. You made a choice to have 5 kids from different men. Deal with it. Provide for them. Don't rely on a man, because he is going to feel like you cannot run away from him, regardless of how wrong he can do to you or to your kids.
Especially after what he did to her specifically. Yeah. Especially that. It's like iffy. For me, that is a huge red flag. Second is like you moving with men and taking your kids with you every time you meet a man. it's kind of iffy. That's a red flag on her. Like, what are you doing? I know people who do not introduce their kids to their partners years after if they have kids already. They don't want to hurt their kids and cause attachment issues with their kids. You know what I mean? Even if they have a partner that they love and they're seeing, they wait till it's super serious. Then they make the kids meet the partner. That's if they have kids from previous relationships, you know? That's the healthy way to go about it. You shouldn't... Kids do get attached even if they don't. Like, you shouldn't do that from the get-go. And that's also something for people on the internet. Don't believe people and what they say in front of the camera. They can just go rent a beautiful ass house and turn on the camera full of glam and lie to you about how perfect the life is. They turn the camera off. The house is rented. It's not even their house. The cars are rented. It's not theirs. And just lie to you about how to achieve things that they don't even have, which this woman was doing. And trophy wife and perfect husband, yet she said it wasn't a perfect relationship. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. If that was true, if the story is true and she is truthful, I really respect her for coming out and at least trying to put her story out there to educate people, right?
Yeah.
But if it's not, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's horrible because she's having like donation links and stuff like that, which is valid. Everybody can do a donation links and all that, but just be careful.
It scares me when people do donation links because we hear a lot of scams about these things.
Yeah.
But you never know. Again, it's whatever. I don't know. I didn't really dive into her story after that. I mean, it just stopped showing to me. But I really wanted to talk about it here because it's just a reminder. Don't believe anything that you see. Don't take things too personal. You don't know what is going on behind the screens. You really don't know. So don't even... don't make what you hear and see online make you feel that you are less than. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Each person is at their own pace. They have their own life. Don't compare yourself to anybody else's life, and don't take things with your emotions. Don't believe things with your emotions. Always be logical, because some people might be lying to you.
Yeah, and take things with a grain of salt. Like,
yeah,
you know, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see anything about the story or no?
No, you told me about it.
Uh-huh.
And then I watched it, but I didn't really like see anything about it. But also you search for documentaries and stuff like that, so that's probably why.
My algorithm knows. You know, now you can refresh your algorithm and restart it on Instagram.
Oh my God, I want to do that.
Yeah, there is you go to the settings, so you have to update your Instagram, go to the settings, and you can refresh your algorithm, so your algorithm has a fresh start, you know?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because there are
I haven't tried it, but I heard a lot of people talking about it.
Okay.
And I follow Instagram updates, like the Instagram official page, and they posted about it too.
I would love to do that because there are some unnecessary shit on there that I don't want to see every day.
Yeah, I think it happened because a lot of people complain about their algorithms, you know? So they're like, okay, how about we refresh your algorithm? I don't know if it's real or not. I'm just going to have to give it a try. But I'm just letting y'all know that you can do it. And let me know.
Yeah. The most one that is all over my feed, and I did not search for none of it, is the proposals of the Arabic, the famous girlies out in Dubai.
Yeah.
They're so cute, and it's very, very nice. You know, it's really cute. But I'm like, I didn't really look for that. And now my feed is everything is about them.
Last week, my whole feed was about
that.
And I was like, I really don't even interact with their
content. Yeah, it was weird.
And it doesn't even show up to me at all.
But the amount of views for that, it was crazy. So I think
because the views were so high, so it pushed it, you know?
Yeah.
It is cute.
Yeah, it was very cute, to be
Yeah.
honest. That one, the latest one, it was so beautiful,
Yeah.
very cute. I felt like it was the most
Real.
authentic
Yeah.
one
I think
out
so
of
too.
everyone.
I think so
Because they
too.
loved each other for years.
I
They're
think
so
it was the
cute.
most authentic. It looked
Yeah.
like a love story to
Yeah,
me.
yes.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
was very
for sure.
cute. You could
Cute.
read the energy.
Yeah.
Good morning, Coco. She was sleeping. She's stretching now. She was.
That's what she is the best at. Sleeping, chilling,
Stretching.
chillingly, relaxing.
Happily, chillingly.
Exactly. Happily, chillingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend just texted me that the other day. Happily, chillingly. I was like, oh, right. She really be taking notes. Shout out, Trisha.
Yes. Shout out. Oh, we didn't tell them we went to a fashion show together.
Yes, it was really good.
I
It's
love
something
it.
that refreshed my brain.
I love it. It was so nice.
Yeah.
I like most of the pieces. I like the whole like progress,
Yeah.
of you seeing the papers and then the designs.
I love it. You know, my friend was telling me that some people were like, we like the black
Oh.
pieces more than the other ones. And we were just talking shit like, y'all don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
Trisha was like, they don't get it.
Yeah.
Because it's the same idea.
It's
The
the
idea is
exact
so
same piece,
beautiful.
yeah.
Is that he uses the paper,
The design paper.
the design paper, yeah, and then he shows a model with a piece of the paper, and then the other model comes out with the actual
Yeah, because
final
if you
piece.
design pieces, you usually do the paper design, then you go
And
with
then
fabric.
with the fabric, yeah.
So he showed both the paper and then the fabric. I
Very-
liked it. I
very
liked the
cute,
idea.
yeah.
It was so nice. The venue was really nice.
It
I
was
like
a good
it.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good vibe. It's something different.
We need more in Houston, to be honest. It's very boring here.
Yeah.
Art and fashion wise, we have very small community.
Even though like we have a whole art museum district.
Yeah, the museum is beautiful. It's really nice, and the buildings are beautifully
So we should use
done.
them and bring more attention to them, you know?
Yeah. Oh, a fashion show at the museum, it would be so nice. The
Yeah.
MFH, it would be very nice. But I don't know. Houston is not that city.
I don't know.
Sadly.
I have hope for her, for Houston, but
Inshallah, one day.
yeah, one day, exactly.
One day.
We'll keep praying for her.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything to add regarding being blessed, and
Me neither.
yeah. Hold
Yes,
on.
yes, yes.
I think I had something to talk about, but then I totally forgot to talk about it.
Okay. It's gonna be cold tomorrow. I'm not
I
ready
saw
for
that for like the next 6 days is gonna be
This
cold.
weather is crazy because today it was hot. Like it was normal.
Oh, I have one last question for you and me. It's for our audience. What do you recommend audience and people to do to practice gratitude? Like, what is one tip to start?
I would say the morning thing, because you do set your brain to a specific vibe
Yeah.
throughout the day, right? And then whether you want to call it meditate or pray throughout the day, I just think it humbles you, it grounds
agree.
you. You kind of connect to a different power that you feel you are weaker in the best way possible, right? Like you feel like there is a higher power than you,
Humbled.
so it humbles you, and you just feel like you are very grateful for whatever you have. It
Yes.
builds that connection between you and whoever's out there that you believe in.
That's beautiful.
So
I recommend writing or reading positive things. Any
good
time of the day, but of course, especially in the morning to like boost the start of the day. But I'm recommending that. Or you can listen to positive motivational affirmations, best time in the morning. But I also recommend it throughout the whole day, to be honest. Like every time you see that you get a chance to, I don't know, feed your brain some good things, just put some positive things, because we all listen to trash stuff sometimes, you know, and it could be confusing because it's too much information, even though it's worthless information and you think that it's not really adding anything to your brain, but it's adding something, you know, it's words, like your brain is still hearing it. So just feed it some good stuff. And honestly, sometimes even songs, there are so many songs out there that are happy and they make you like hyped, and you know, it's just happy song, you know. Sometimes even if you're not happy, it can put you in a happier mood.
Yeah, you know, they did a study one time about music, that they study the beats and all of that. They do it to manipulate people in one way or another.
Yeah.
Whether it's making you actually feel happy or sad. Even though sometimes, like, I love to listen to old classical Arabic sad music, and there's nothing in my life that is supposed to make me sad or cry at all at that moment. And as soon as I listen to that song, I'm like, oh, you know, I feel immediately sad.
It makes so much sense because they do use beats and music into movies. Like before a scary moment, they play into music. So basically they are tricking the brain, or like happy music before a happy moment. So it definitely does affect us psychologically.
True. Yeah.
What you hear affects a lot of what you see,
crazy.
You know?
That's crazy.
It is, but I love that because it opens doors for us to have knowledge about our brain and how we can each manipulate our brain to do what we want to do, you know? So
convince our
more
brains,
knowledge that we have regarding this is kind of helpful. Like I didn't know that as a kid, you know? I thought all my thoughts are there and I cannot change them. But the older I get, the more knowledge I have, I can manipulate myself here and there. And it's funny.
Yeah, it is. It is. Because like I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I didn't know that I can do this, you know?
Yeah.
And I end up doing it. And I'm like, oh.
Or like sometimes you look at the past and be like, I can't believe I thought this,
exactly.
you know?
Or I did that. Or I should have done this. And instead of, that's interesting.
It is.
All right, guys.
All right.
That's it. I was going to switch to a British accent, but I suck at
She
that.
switched for a second, though. I did hear it.
Yeah, but it's really bad.
It stopped at a all right.
Yes, because I knew if I would go any further, y'all would have so much fun.
Somebody would clock her in the comments.
Yes, and I'm not trying to have that moment. Leave me alone. Best I can do is my Iraqi accent. That's it.
Knowing your limits is beautiful.
Yes, sometimes you just gotta, you know.
Exactly.
Stop yourself before anybody else stop you. So yeah. Yes.
We're stopping it here and we will see you next time. Be grateful.
And be blessed.
Exactly.
Bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Mwah.